Hello students, good morning. In today's session, I will introduce next division in kingdom Plantae called Gymnospermae. This division includes conifers. Conifers are the plants which are adapted to dry habitat where rainfall is less or soil contain less moisture. They are highly adapted to the warmer regions. Let us begin with the features of gymnospermic plant. A plant body is well developed. It is having tap root system. The root system is well developed for anchorage and absorption, having primary root, secondary root and the branches. A stem which grows vertically upwards towards light is usually unbranched. We can see branched stem in the plant like pinus, and the stem remain unbranched in the cycas. Now this stem is cylindrical and woody. It is covered by scaly leaves. At the apex of the stem, there are well developed compound leaves forming a whorl. Whorl means circular arrangement of the leaves. These leaves are pinnately compound. Meaning of pinnately compound leaf is it has rachis in the center dividing leaf lamina into leaflets which are arrayed on either side forming two rows on either side of the rachis. At maturity, the plant body produce modified leaves. Some leaves are microsporophylls and some leaves modified as megasporophylls. Now the plants which are bisexual, monoecious, which will produce both leaves, microsporophylls and megasporophylls. But the plant, if it is unisexual, dioecious, then the one plant produces microsporophylls and other plant produces megasporophylls. Already the sporophyll word you heard in previous division Pteridophyta. The leaves modified to produce spores. Now, in Pteridophyta, most of the plants are homosporous, producing equal type of spores or similar spores. But here, the plants from Gymnospermae will produce two types of spores. Microspores, which are minute in size, megaspores, which are larger in size. Now, microspore represent male gametophyte, which enclose a male gamete. And megaspore enclose the female gamete within the nucellus. So here we can see gametophyte is highly reduced stage and differentiated as microsporangium and megasporangium. The plant body with root system, shoot system, having pinnately compound leaves modified as microsporophylls, megasporophylls, of which the microsporophylls develop microsporangia which in the sori, and it forms a male cone called male strobilus. So it is a bunch of microsporophylls forming a cone-like structure, while megasporophyll is single, producing megaspores which are naked, not protected by ovary wall. Now within microsporangium, mother cells undergo meiosis to produce microspores, and within megasporangium, the mother cell undergo meiosis within the nucellus to produce 4 megaspores which are haploid. Microspore is reduced to the male gametophytic stage and megaspore is female gametophytic stage. Now here both microspores and megaspores unable to reach towards each other. So there is a special process known as pollination. The transfer of microspores towards megaspore with the help of wind is known as anemophilous pollination. So here agent involved in carrying the microspores towards megaspore is wind. So first time we can see pollination with the help of wind in Gymnospermae. When microspore deposits on the opening of megaspore, it starts germinating, giving a pollen tube. This pollen tube enters the nucellus carrying male gamete and fuses with the egg, which is located and highly protected by the nucellar wall. Fusion gives a zygote, and zygote develops into embryo, and embryo is protected by the seed coats. So a megaspore on fertilization and embryonic development give rise seed, where seed is naked. So the plants which are naked seeded non-flowering belongs to Gymnospermae. The largest tree we can see in Gymnospermae is Sequoia. Pinus is bisexual plant. Cycas is unisexual plant. In most of the plants, if you see the roots, they are infected by fungus. They show symbiotic association known as mycorrhiza. And if you see the cycas plant, it will produce aerial creeping roots over the soil surface. And they are infected with cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, which helps in nitrogen fixation. And such roots we found in cycas known as corolide roots. Thus, in Gymnospermae, the plants are well developed, differentiated to produce microsporophylls, megasporophylls. They produce microspore male gametophyte within microsporangium, female gametophyte megaspore within megasporangium. Pollination will bring microspore towards megaspore. Fusion will develop a zygote, and zygote grow as embryo, and embryo will grow as seed. Growth rate in gymnosperm is very, very slow. So here, exam point of view, you should know all general characters from Gymnospermae plus examples given, and apart from that, the special structures which are forming a cone-like structure known as strobilus. So what are male strobili? It is aggregation of microsporophylls. What are female strobili? It is aggregation of megasporophylls. With this brief introduction, I will conclude today's session on Gymnospermae. Let us see the diagrammatic representation of a life cycle in Gymnospermae.